Hello and welcome to WeCrochet Facebook Live. Every Tuesday morning, we try to do a coffee and crochet time. So thank you so much for joining us. If you're just joining us, again, we are WeCrochet. We're a brand devoted entirely to crocheters. You can find us on crochet.com. We've got crochet hooks, we've got yarn, we've got cool patterns, we've got a magazine, so many fun things for you to check out. And today we are super lucky to be joined by one of our contributors, a crochet designer that we're so lucky to work with. And that is Michelle from Two Brothers Blankets. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm good.
It's so nice to have you this morning. And so we usually like to get our Tuesday mornings started off since it is coffee and crochet. How do you take your coffee or warm beverage? Tea is awesome also. Do you have any there?
I'm a coffee drinker. I don't like tea at all. I don't know why. I take my coffee. If my go-to coffee at home is hazelnut flavored coffee with a little bit of coconut milk creamer.
That sounds delicious. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yum. So again, if you all are just joining us, welcome to Coffee and Crochet. We do this Tuesday mornings. We're here with Michelle from Two Brothers Blankets. We crochet. And if you're following along, please comment, ask some questions for Michelle as we go. We'll be responding to your comments as they come up. Let us know how you take your coffee. So Michelle, let's talk about you and your crochet projects. How did you get started crocheting? We're always interested to know how people learned.
Okay. I learned back in 2011 when I was pregnant with my youngest son. I'd actually bought a crochet hat from a friend for him, and after getting it, I was like, you know what, I could probably learn this. So I set out, I went to Walmart and bought a big, like one of those big skeins of yarn and just a hook, the first hook I saw, and a little book, and taught myself how to crochet. I ended up on YouTube looking, and I taught myself some of the basic stitches, I think single crochet and double crochet. Did a little bit then. I was probably 8 months pregnant when I first learned. So then I had him, and so I had a 2.5-year-old and a newborn. I didn't touch my crochet anymore for another year. And then after he turned 1, my youngest, I picked it back up, and I have not stopped ever since.
Awesome. That's so cool. Do you remember what your first project was?
It was a little hat for him, and it was terrible, and it was inside out when I put it on him.
I think we've all had that experience. Absolutely. I still have my first project in it. Yeah, it's a little spotty, but it's cool to see how far people come.
Right.
Like all the improvements. Awesome. So how did you then progress once you picked it back up again and you got really into it? How did you go from there to designing your own patterns?
Well, so I was learning to crochet. I was making all these things, and someone had asked me if I sold them. And so I was like, I could do this. So I started, as I kept going, I was selling finished products. Eventually started an Etsy shop. Never, ever, ever thought I could design. Like, I thought designers were like amazing geniuses that knew all the math. and I never thought it was something I could do. But about 2 years into crocheting, I saw a picture of just like a fabric sweater online. And I was like, I wonder if I could crochet something like that. And I did. I designed the sweater, and someone was like, you should write the pattern for that. A fellow crocheter friend. And I was like, oh, I don't know. They were like, get it tested. See if it works for other people, if they can understand your pattern. So I did, put it up on Ravelry, made way more than I ever expected I would, and was like, okay, I like this. Maybe I can keep doing this. And so it just kind of built from there. And then I kind of got into more garment design and sweaters and just could not stop and just loved it. So I kept going.
That's awesome. I am so impressed that your first pattern you ever wrote down was a sweater pattern. I think so many people start off with like a basic hat or something that doesn't need to be scaled for size. Like, that is a really impressive project. how,
it was hard.
yeah, how did you navigate that? For me, when I first tried making my first sweater, I didn't follow a pattern either. And I used like a sweater I already had and tried to make it match. How did you do it? Was it just a lot of experimenting?
Yeah. It was actually just 2 rectangles, and I sewed those together and added sleeves. So it was very like simple, basic, and I don't even remember how many sizes I had included. It's since been updated, so it was probably only a few. But I think from the beginning I used Craft Yarn Council's size chart, women's size chart, and just went off of that and made the rectangles the height and length that they needed, and was able to do that. I don't even remember. I think possibly there weren't even stitch counts for the sleeves. I mean, it was definitely a beginner designer pattern, but I just went from that size chart and did the best I could.
The Craft Yarn Councils, their standards and guidelines are so helpful for designers. Absolutely. I'm going to pause for a moment, Michelle, because we have some people that are chiming in with questions that I'd love to ask you. So, hello from Ontario, Canada. Hi from Italy. Nicole Chase is watching. She says, good morning, ladies. Good morning, Nicole. It's so nice to see you. We also have Nadine Johnson, who's one of our test crocheters here at WeCrochet. She says, hi, Sara and Michelle. She's drinking water because it's cold out. And Sasha Lee is drinking Coca-Cola. Rebecca Ashley Sparrow says, in response to what we're drinking, nothing, because she's in bed and it's almost 2 a.m. and she's in Australia. So we've got people joining us from all over. So to follow up on your story, Michelle, Sasha Lee is also asking, what was the name of the first pattern that you ever sold? Do you remember what it was called?
The Spring Breeze sweater blouse.
Spring Breeze sweater blouse. So we'll try and get
updated. It's much better.
It's awesome to see how much we all grow in this craft through time. So we'll try and get a link up for that first sweater pattern from Michelle if you all want to go try it out. I'm really curious to check it out and see it. Still so impressed that your first pattern was a sweater. Very impressed. Chris Held is on. She says, hi, I'm self-taught crochet and knitting. Love that you'll all crochet to wear. I've never done that. Chris is from New Orleans, Louisiana. Love this live show. It's the first video that she's watched. Yay! Thank you, Chris, so much for joining us. It's so nice to virtually connect with you. And then Chris Lopez is also on. She says, good morning from Sacramento. So it's awesome to see so many people joining us today. Michelle, I would love to keep talking about your business. So you designed your first sweater pattern. It was a wild success. You've made so many patterns since then. How did you go about building your business, and how did you name your business? That's always something we're curious to know.
Okay. So like I said at the beginning, I was just selling sold items on Etsy. My husband, who's also an entrepreneur, helped me get all the tax and all that name and license and all that stuff figured out. So we did that. I set up an Etsy shop. He and I he helped me come up with the name for the business, Two Brothers Blankets. It's a little different. It doesn't have anything to do with crochet clothes or anything, which is more my niche. But I originally loved making blankets. I originally sold finished items. So I was like, maybe I'll just stick with blankets, or whatever, so that's what I'll sell, baby blankets, whatever. And I have 2 boys. So we were like, Two Brothers Blankets. And since then it has evolved, but it's a catchy name and it's very meaningful to me. It's my 2 boys. And my youngest was the whole reason I even began crocheting. So it's just special, and I just stuck with it, and I like it. Like I said, my niche has changed a little, but it works.
Awesome. I love it. It's always so interesting to hear how many people, how they've kind of built their business around something super personal to them, and just having it be really meaningful is always makes it super special hearing that story behind it. So we have a lot of people who watch who are maybe budding crochet designers. They're just getting started. Do you have any advice for them as they're entering into this crochet design world?
Yeah. So like I said, Craft Yarn Council is an amazing resource.
Yeah.
They have a women, I think it's like baby, children's, women's, and even men's, I think, and head size chart. So that's an amazing resource. They also have like lists of abbreviations and stuff that you can use in your patterns, and like yarn weights and difficulty levels, I think, stuff like that. So definitely Craft Yarn Council is a great resource. And then my other advice would be to get your patterns tested. I know this is like controversial to some, but for me, I need them tested because I make lots of mistakes. And also, it's a good way to have, it's a good marketing tool actually, because you have other people that have made your design already that you can show and that they can speak for. And it's a good thing to do for me. That's my best tips.
Totally. We have all of our patterns that WeCrochet tested as well. And it's always a big surprise to me to see, even though we work with technical editors, the act of someone actually making the project, it's like this theoretically seemed like it would work, but now that someone's physically making it, there's some things that we've discovered that we could fix or make it better. How do you go about finding test crocheters? Because we love working with test crocheters too. And I know we've got a few of them here watching with us today. How do you find those people?
I mostly have found I've gotten a really great group of testers now, 7 years into it, but I have mostly found them on Facebook in other crochet groups, or on my page. I would post testing calls. And then like I said, I've found some really great ones that are very reliable and do a really great job and very helpful. And I tell them all the time, I would never be able to do this without you. So just when you find them, hang tight to them.
It's so true. It's so true. A great test crocheter is a great person to have on your team and a great person to work with, and also fun to build crochet friendships with people definitely. Like that as well. Yeah. All right, so we're going to pause for a moment. Again, if you are just joining us, welcome to the WeCrochet Facebook Live Coffee and Crochet on Tuesday mornings. I'm Sara with WeCrochet. You can find us on crochet.com, crochet hooks, yarn, patterns. We have a magazine. We have a podcast. Check out our podcast. We've got a great learning center up on crochet.com. And you can also sign up for our newsletters. We send out tons of cool sales, cool things that we sell. We promote excellent crochet designers like Michelle. So we're joined today with by Michelle from Two Brothers Blankets, an excellent crochet designer. You can also find Michelle's patterns on crochet.com if you search her name in our toolbar. And we're chatting today with Michelle about her business. And now we're getting to the best part, which is talking about your projects, Michelle. Oh, but I am going to pause real fast because we have some people commenting. Chris Lopez is on and she says she loves to test. Yes. Thank you so much, Chris. We so appreciate testers. You are the best. Caitlin Mole is on. She says, I was just wearing my Beach Day Ruana that you designed yesterday.
You tested that one for me, yeah.
Yay. That's
great
awesome.
testers. Yeah.
Thank you, Caitlin, for all of your work testing. We're so grateful for you. And then Deepali, I hope I said your name right. I apologize if I mispronounced it. She says she would love to test for you, Michelle. So reach out to Michelle on social. Is that the best way to get in touch with you, Michelle?
I have a Facebook group, Two Brothers Blankets Crochet Community. That's, if I can't find enough testers in my exclusive tester group, that's where I go to first to post my testing calls.
Awesome. So if you want to get started testing with Michelle, check out that Facebook group, and we'll try to link to it in the comments if we can, or we'll link to it after this video is over. All right, Michelle, this is my favorite part of Facebook Lives, and that is looking at the projects that you've made. Do you have a few of them there with you that you can share with us?
Yes, I'll share some of my most recent ones and then a few like all-time faves.
Yay!
Okay, so my very most recent, let me find the bottom of it. There we go. Is my Meadow Sweet shawl. Let me back up, which is here. This is my most recent one. It is made Lindy chain, this is the first time I've used that yarn. And it has a variety of stitches. I really like it because it has like this open work here, and then it has like these closed tight stitches here. So it creates like a striping kind of, like not colors, but different look. So
that's really
very
pretty.
Lightweight. So here in Florida, I can wear it. I love triangle shawls to wear as like scarves around my neck, because it's so hot. So, but with these lightweight shawls, I can wear anytime. So
awesome. And Lindy's
most recent ones.
Lindy chain is one of my favorite yarns too for summer. It can be tricky in the summertime, especially if you live somewhere hot like Florida, to make crochet projects that are not like sweaters. And we've talked a lot about how to transition crochet into the summertime. That shawl is the perfect project to do it. And also Lindy chain. Lindy chain is kind of a cool like linen cotton blend, and it's in this like chainette structure. So it's kind of a unique structure, and it's super drapey. I love it for summer projects, and it looks so good in that shawl. So we'll be sure to link to the shawl and the yarn in the comments. Be sure to check them out. Do you have some other projects there to share?
And that one back there, that one's my latest finished project. I use Stroll Sport. That's my Sadie shell. I use Stroll fingering, not sport, fingering. And I am in love with this yarn. I will say that much. I love it.
Yes.
Okay. So
I just made a top with Stroll too, and I love it also. So just adding that in. But yes, next. Stroll
too. This one that I'm wearing. I guess I can share it. This is my Tried and True tee. I'm not focusing. You can see the little ruffles on the sleeves. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's so cute.
That one a lot. So
yes. So actually, we featured. So if you sign up for our emails at crochet.com, we'll usually do like a little promo in the emails to let you know when we have these Facebook Lives coming up and who we work with. And we actually featured that project, a picture of that project that you're wearing in our email, because it is so pretty. It's one of my favorites. And I love the little ruffle detail. That's really unique.
That's my favorite part too.
Oh, I love it. Awesome.
It's my favorite.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So then this one, do I have the front? Is my Leilani raglan tee. It has a very it's a very simple stitch. It's 2 double crochet in one stitch, and then you skip another one, and then you work 2 double crochet. Super easy. Super easy. This is made, and then it's got like the striping in the middle, and then the lighter color solid at the bottom. So it's just like your basic tee. It has nice flowy sleeves. It is made with hawthorn fingering. I have an extra hawthorn fingering weight. This is the let's see, berry smoothie speckle.
Nice.
So the bottom is made of. This one's very lightweight, perfect for hot summers or any time of year for me in Florida, but it's a favorite. I really like the tonal. The top is the kettle dye hawthorn, and I really love how tonal it is. It's more of a purple in person, but it's you can see the lights and darks mixture. So really liked that one.
Yes. So hawthorn, we do have available in like a hand paint, speckle. There's lots of different variations of hawthorn, and I love what you did there with combining kind of 2 different color effects with the same yarn into one project. So if you're wanting to make that project for Michelle, be sure to check out crochet.com to see the different ways you can kind of combine those different hawthorn yarns, because they can look really good together as you demonstrated with that top.
I like that. So if you're looking for a smaller project, I have recently completed the Calla Lily bag. This is a market bag. It's on the bigger side for market bags, I think. I mean, it's bigger than any of my other ones. So I like it for like a beach bag almost. Like if it's just me, or like a pool bag. If it's just me going up to the pool, I'll put my towel and my sunscreen and my book in there, and it all fits, and it's just perfect and slouchy, but it would work as like a market bag for the grocery store or anything like that. And I used Kotlin for this. This is a DK cotton blend, so lots of cool in there. So that's another favorite. And then I have one more, which I was telling you before, the Brava is like my go-to yarn for the acrylic yarn. This is made with Brava worsted. This is the children's Houston hoodie.
Oh, that's so cute.
Light blue. I made this one for my son. I have an adult size Houston hoodie as well. It's not made in a WeCrochet yarn yet. So it's going to be though. But I made this one. I got lots of requests for a children's version of it. So I made this one in the Brava worsted. And this one, the kids one has the added pocket. I don't have the pocket on the adult one. So
yeah,
it's really fun. It's got the little like side split.
Oh, cute.
And it's in the hood. And so it's a free pattern on my blog. And so
how fun.
Yeah,
we were just talking about how we don't really have as many kids projects on the site as we would like. So I'm super excited to see that project. Be sure to check out that pattern, that free pattern. That's awesome. I love the hood. I love the pocket. Super creative. And yes, Brava is one of our favorite yarns too. It's we were talking about how it's pretty washable, easy to take care of, great for kids, very affordable. It's kind of that kind of classic acrylic yarn that you just always want to have around.
Yeah, definitely. Sweet. I'm a little obsessed.
Yes, I know. I am too. I think, Michelle, that you have some tools you wanted to talk about as well. But before we get to that, there are a few people commenting along. So I'm going to read out some of their comments. Linda Gibbs is asking, how do you find testers and what is a general pay range? So we already talked about how you find your testers. Do you have a pay structure, or how does that work for you?
For my testers, I offer them the finished pattern and one extra pattern, or they get and have a credit to use for a future pattern.
Awesome.
So in my exclusive group, that's I have a big spreadsheet of like credits they can use. And so each time I publish a new pattern, I make a post and they can tell me if they want it or not and all that. So that's payment.
Yes. And I think it's test crochet can be so wide ranging across the industry. So we also work with testers, and I'm sure for you, your testers get to keep the project they make, I'm guessing. So for us, you have to send the project in, we keep the project, but we do pay you. And so we pay a rate depending on how complicated the project is, or how big it is, or things along those lines. For us at the moment, we have a full team of testers, so we're not looking to hire for testers for WeCrochet at the moment, but we do often look for people who've had experience testing for independent designers in the past. So I would definitely get a start if you're interested in testing. Get a start with Michelle or someone else, another designer that you really love, and then we'll be sure to put out a call if we're ever in need of more testers here at WeCrochet. We have some more comments coming in. Lots of people are loving all the tops that you shared, Michelle, because they're so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing them. They're so pretty. We also have Carrie George. She says, love all your work. You are so talented. We definitely agree.
Thank you so much.
And then Dee Polly is commenting again. I love the colors you use, Michelle, for all your projects. They're very soothing and very beautiful colors.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Yeah, great choices. And then Jessica Nicole Pierce is asking, how do we get sponsored by WeCrochet? And that's a great question, Jessica. For the moment, we're pretty tapped out in terms of the people that we work with. But if you'd like to get more information on it, you can email social@wecrochet.com. And Heather, who also does these Facebook Lives, y'all probably know Heather, she'll get back to you with a little bit more information on that. We also have Trista Burke. She says, I love all of Michelle's patterns. Yes.
Hi, Trista.
Do you know Trista?
Yes, Trista is an up-and-coming designer as well who has tested for me. Yeah, she's great. She's a great encouragement.
Awesome, Trista. Thank you so much for joining us today. And then we also have Amber, who says, my son loves his Houston hoodie.
Yay!
Yay! So there are little ones
I know
out there.
too. I was worried when about getting it because he wears it and like you know how boys are. Dirty and messy and stains all over everything, but it is held up well. So another that speaks to Brava again.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's such a cool pattern and such just like a classic for all kids of all ages. Everyone would love that project. Awesome. Did you have any more projects to share before we talk about tools?
I don't have any on hand. Like you said, you can check out crochet.com for some of the ones that are made with WeCrochet yarns. And then I know you've linked to like Ravelry and all that. So I have lots. I'm almost to 200 patterns.
Holy
cow,
My first
that's pattern
awesome.
in September will be the 200th pattern. I can't believe it.
We'll have to have a celebration. That's
I know.
amazing.
I've been thinking about that. I was like, I need to do something. But that's to celebrate.
That's such an accomplishment. Yes, everyone be sure to check out almost nearly 200 patterns from Michelle on Ravelry. That's amazing. And we do also have a lot of them available on crochet.com. So if you just type Michelle Ferguson, her name up in the search bar, they'll all pop up. So be sure to check them out that way. All right. You've got some tools there that you wanted to share with us.
Yeah. So I was just sharing a few of my favorite tools with Sara from crochet.com. The sharp, I think they're called sharp scissors on the crochet site. These are amazing. They even have like a little case because they're that sharp. So they just like cut through yarn so easily, and they're tiny and they have the case and they fit perfectly everywhere. And I forgot to grab my notions bag. I love that one. That's from crochet.com. It's a little zip pouch and my hooks fit in it, my yarn, my my scissors, my measuring tape, all that. So
so we actually a little sneak peek, we are getting ready to release issue 4 of WeCrochet Magazine. It's not out yet, but it's coming. It's at the printer. It's getting printed as we speak. And I think you contributed, Michelle, talking about the things that you keep in your notions bag, that little zipper notions bag. So be sure to check out WeCrochet Magazine. You'll see some comments from Michelle and some of our other contributors who we love working with about their favorite things that they keep in their little zipper pouch.
Yes, I love it. It's perfect. It fits in your purse. It's great. And then the other thing I was so excited about that WeCrochet is now carrying Furl's streamline hooks on their site. I just started using Furl streamline hooks about a month or so ago. I was getting some hand pain and I was suggested these. And I had one on hand and tried it, and I have not had hand pain since. So I'm excited that they're available on WeCrochet because now I can get my yarn and my hooks all in one place. And so I'm excited. I'm slowly building my stash of Furl's hooks.
Totally. We are too. And they're so pretty. Like, I just have to say, they're so pretty.
Yes, they are. I have the ebony ones, which are like solid black pretty much. And I love them. And I'm like, I want to have a whole set of them, but I kind of want the other ones too.
I know. It's tough choices.
Yeah. So, but I'm really excited about that. And then the other one, I don't know if you can see it. Oh man, there it is. The ball winder. I love this. It's my go-to. I use it all the time. And I've had it for years. I've had it for probably 4 years now, and it has held up fine. So, and it's like $20, I think, something like that, 25. So it's one of my favorites that I use that I got from. It was Knit Picks. It was from Knit Picks. But
we'll get a link to the ball winder. We were kind of joking because there's my messy craft room, but I have mine behind me as well. So for anyone who has kind of like a twisted hank of yarn, you can't work from a twisted hank of yarn. It will just turn into a mess. Grab a ball winder. You can whip it up. So if you're trying out any of Michelle's patterns that use hawthorn, you'll probably want a ball winder to wind that hawthorn up. All right. I think we're reaching towards the end of our time, Michelle. So where can people find you if they want to follow along with your patterns, talk to you about test crochet, any of that? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Okay. So I am on social media a lot, and so I have a Facebook page, Two Brothers Blankets. You can find me on Instagram at Two Brothers Blankets, no spaces or anything, all lowercase. And like I said, I have the Facebook group, Two Brothers Blankets Crochet Community. So those are the main places you'll find me throughout the day, each and every day.
Awesome. So everyone be sure to check out Michelle on those social channels. We'll get linked to them. Before we wrap up, we had one quick question from Sasha Lee. She's asking, what shipping company does WeCrochet use to get projects to Canada? I'm actually not sure of the answer to that, Sasha, but I will check with our customer service team and we'll get a comment up here after this video is over. So check back. One note, we've been doing these Facebook Lives every Tuesday for the last couple months, and we're probably going to take the month of August off as a little summer vacation for all of us. But we'll be back in September with more awesome contributors like Michelle. Michelle, it was such a joy to have you on today. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, so much fun. So again, if you are wanting to know more about crochet, WeCrochet, check us out on crochet.com. Subscribe to our newsletters to know when we'll be back with the next Facebook Live. You might also see a few of Michelle's projects popping into our emails from time to time because they're awesome and we love them. You'll also learn about any sales we have on yarn, hooks, furls, all the good stuff crochet. Check out our podcast. We have a Ravelry group. You're on Ravelry, and you can find us on pretty much any social channel as WeCrochet. I think that's it for us today. Thank you again, Michelle. Thank you all for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Bye.